After carefully analyzing the feedback submitted by the professor and students, we took into consideration valuable changes that could make our app truly successful. One of our biggest issues was feasibility, and we addressed it by documenting needed information from available APIs that would allow us to integrate the various sensors with our app. We also incorporated the possibility of partnering with hardware vendors that could manufacture key components to operate with our app. We made several improvements to the main screen. Our previous prototype was missing the app name, and we solved this by including it on the status bar. We also added a navigation bar on the bottom, providing quick access to the home screen, represented by our app logo, quick access to the activities calendar view, and an options button for configuration. We redesigned the activity summary graph by displaying marked events in the lifeline, where green represents normal activity, such as steps counted and medicine use detected. Small yellow regions in the lifeline represent missed medications, and red flatline regions represent severe emergencies like a detected fall or emergency call directly generated by the patient. The graph is now also scrollable to the left or to the right, so the user may view previous monitoring information up to the past 24 hours. On the calendar view mode, we changed the color of the status bar to a neutral color to avoid confusion with ongoing alerts. We also added a number to each tile that represents the alerts that occurred on that given date, conveying more information at a glance where there is more than one alert present. Next, our app was missing recognizable icons for certain actions, and instant feedback when dismissing and interacting with alerts. We added icons to these buttons, and then a confirmation message giving the user feedback according to their action. We also offer direct access to the settings within the surveillance app, in situations where network misconfiguration has occurred. On the notification screen, we changed the app notification to follow Android standards and added our logo for easy alert identification. And now onto our feature presentation. We're going to start at the Android home screen, showing our application icon. You'll notice it doesn't have a bubble on it because there are currently no alerts pending. So when we open it up, it's going to display a green screen, meaning everything's okay. From here, a user could use the settings cogwheel to add new devices or adjust the layout of devices they have shown. Next, we're going to look at the surveillance app. The surveillance app will link to the KView software and will allow the user to view surveillance footage from their household. Clicking on an image will bring the camera up as a full screen view. Next, we're going to demo an error message from this app. Suppose the user input the connection settings improperly. From within our app, they'd be able to access the settings and correct the problem. Next, we're going to simulate an alert. You'll notice the app icon has a 1 in a bubble, meaning that one alert is pending. Upon opening the app, you'll be taken to the appropriate screen depending on what alert has occurred. You'll notice that this is a yellow alert, and it states that medicine has been missed. So by clicking on the alert notification at the top of the screen, it will take us to the alert message. From here, the user can text, dismiss, use the intercom, or call the patient. First, let's text the patient. Clicking on text will take us to a screen where we can send a message to the patient immediately. Going back into our app, we'll dismiss this alert since it's been taken care of. Dialog box will pop up, making sure the user wants to dismiss the alert. Clicking OK will simply dismiss the alert and bring the user back to the home screen. Next, let's simulate a red notification. Upon picking up the phone after hearing it vibrate or ring, you would notice that there's an alert message displaying as a notification on your lock screen. By clicking the alert message, you'll be taken directly to the alert, since it's a red level alert. From here, you have the option to call 911, call the patient, use the intercom, or dismiss the notification. Before we interact with this notification, let's return to the home screen to see what this would look like if we were there. It's going to show the red heartbeat graph with a flat line indicating a fall was detected, and at the very top you'll be able to click on the notification drop-down in order to go back to the notification. Now let's call the patient. By clicking the call button, it will immediately call the patient and bring up the standard Android calling screen. Upon ending the call, you'll be taken back to the alert where you can dismiss the notification. And everything's taken care of. Next, we're going to explore the calendar views. By clicking on the calendar tile in the bottom of the screen, you'll be taken to the calendar view, and you'll be able to see the event history. From here, if you click on a tile, you'll be able to see the events that occurred on that day, The number here corresponds to how many non-green alerts occurred that day. So on Friday the 1st, there was 1 yellow alert. By clicking on this block, you'll be taken to a readout of all the alerts from that day, organized by hour. Furthermore, clicking on the missed medicine alert here will take you to the sensor data that was read at that time. Here you'll have the ability to open the settings for each corresponding app that has read data at this time. The most significant, or whichever one has generated the alert, will be brought to the top of the screen and listed in yellow, along with a description of the data it has read. Let's return to the calendar view. Next, let's view the events on a weekly basis. Here you'll see all the events in the past week. By clicking on the red tile, again, you'll be taken to the events that occurred at that day. Here, there was a fall detected. Let's explore this more. Fall was detected with the surveillance system and a drop via the Fitbit sensor. Both of these have been brought to the top and are shown in red. In order to view more relevant data, such as the KV recording for this time, or the sensors on the Fitbit for this time, you can click on either of these tiles and it would show more detailed results. Now we'll view the events that have occurred today. Today, there was a missed medicine event, but there were also several other normal recordings, so let's view one of those in more detail. Here's an example of what everything would look like when the sensors were reading normally and no errors or incidents were detected. Everything is displayed in green with relevant information such as medicines taken and their time, and where the last motion was detected according to the surveillance system, and the current step count. And that's it for our presentation. We hope you enjoyed it.